Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Striking a balance between tackling climate change and renewable energy under the microscope in Guyana at the Energy Conference. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Thursday, 17th February 2022. Details when we return.
Conveniently located in the Grand Anse Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Grand Anse will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Barbados and the Caribbean's foremost leader, Mia Mottley, together with presidents of Ghana, Guyana and Suriname, echo the sentiments that there must be a balance between tackling climate change and renewable energy at the International Energy Conference and Expo in Georgetown, Guyana. More in this comprehensive report.
President Ali talked about how Guyana will pursue and ensure that it pays robust attention to how it utilizes the oil and gas resources to enrich and bring benefits to all citizens of the country. And he said that will be done in a quick manner, but also bearing in mind the country's responsibility and commitment to the global causes of climate change, mitigating climate change, and also bringing into focus renewable energy. He said that the government will not shy away from ensuring that Guyanese benefit at the same time while it keeps those commitments at the same time from its oil and gas resource. And the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, also touched on that issue and congratulated Guyana for putting in place its local content policy and really saying, you know, citizens cannot remain tenants in their own country, and policies should be put in place to ensure that citizens benefit in that regard. 4 heads of state speaking this morning at the opening, Dr. Ali, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, and we also had the President of Ghana really giving Ghana some advice on how it could continue to develop its oil and gas resources sustainably, and that will benefit in the future. He spoke specifically also about local content, but in a 12-point suggestion that he gave to the Guyana government, he talked against some issues, including flaring, and we'll take a look at this presentation, but also how countries can cooperate and come together to develop their oil and gas resources and also keep the responsibility, the global responsibility to the causes that I mentioned before, climate change and renewable energy. The president of Suriname speaking on that issue and just saying that Guyana will pool its resources with Suriname and with Brazil to ensure that they contribute to the regional future in energy.
We never had the capital or the resources to build the diversified economy that we're talking about. That is why Alex mentioned that we've always spoken about the promises and dreams and aspirations of generations of Guyans. Today, with hard work, simplicity, and humility, we have the ability to make that giant leap not only for Guyana, but for all of humanity, and we must do it.
The day that we do not provide opportunity for our citizens who participate in active citizenship of being able to benefit from the patrimony of our country is the day we sow the seeds of destruction of our nation and invite disruption. We will have difficult conversations as well in CARICOM, and we must. But those conversations recognize that in every country, there are even regional and local conflicts and disagreements. And it is our duty to be able to smooth that over, but to ensure that at no stage as newly independent countries of the world do we leave our citizens as tenants in their own land, but make them owners of all that they survey.
Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines is defending the government's decision to dismantle the Special Operations Response Team SORT. Details in this TTT News item.
Minister Hines stayed clear of questions from the opposition, saying there was no political interference in the decision, and added that the police service is constantly engaged in observation and practice, learning from international organizations. The announcement of the dismantling of SORT came earlier this week, and Mr. Jacobs said more will be revealed about the new unit, the National Operations Task Force, by month's end. Minister Hines, though, said the move was solely done by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
The Commissioner of Police, exercising his authority under law and under the Constitution, makes these kinds of administrative changes as he sees fit, on the basis of information coming to him, records that will be available to him, recent histories that will be available to him, and of course, influenced as well by international policing organizations and elements that might provide support for the best practice in Trinidad and Tobago.
In the meantime, a street in South Trinidad has been named for one of its award-winning Calypsonians, Timothy Watkins, also known as the Baron. More in this TTT News item.
The Council of the Penal Debe Regional Corporation presided over the ceremony in Bamboo Village, Laramine on Tuesday. The Calypsonian says he was surprised by the regional corporation's decision to honor him.
Well, for me, it's a big pleasure, boy. A big thing. I was not expecting nothing like this. I born and grew right up the road. Walking distance.
The Hummingbird Gold Award winner adds that the idea to have his neighborhood street named for him came from his wife, Sherma Orr Watkins. She notes her husband celebrated 50 years as an artist in 2021.
Keep the thing coming. Let me name more streets, let me do more things in the name of artists, because right now they're going through a rough time and they need every support they could get. They might be smiling and looking good, but on the inside they're hurting.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear is using his own COVID-19 infection experience to encourage the unvaccinated members of the public to get inoculated. The Prime Minister, who recently tested positive, emerged from isolation to return to work on Monday. The Prime Minister is attributing his lack of symptoms and quick recovery to being vaccinated.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pear says he's recovering well after testing positive for COVID-19. Though fully vaccinated and boosted, the Prime Minister still contracted the coronavirus, the type of situation which has led to vaccine hesitancy. Nonetheless, the Prime Minister urges the unvaccinated population to follow the science and get inoculated as soon as possible. He pointed out that while vaccination may not provide 100% guarantee that one will not contract the virus, the chances of a speedy recovery are much greater, and it remains the best protection against death.
The COVID virus is a very new virus. No one seems to know exactly what happens. But I can tell you from my own experience, and from the experience of people who I know were not vaccinated, the side effects for me were almost non-existent. So I still want to tell people to continue following, getting vaccinated, and continue following the public health protocols. I think that's the best thing to do, and I'm a living example of why it is the best thing to do.
The Prime Minister was very grateful to all those who expressed concern for him during his period of isolation.
I really want to thank the the people of St. Lucia for the outpouring of concern. I felt very humbled to see so many people wish me well. Well, as I said earlier, I'm vaccinated and I'm boosted, so I was asymptomatic. I've had absolutely no symptoms, no illnesses. During my time in isolation, I did my work from home. I exercised, I kept my daily routine. I just did not go out.
Prime Minister Pierre returned to office on Monday. For the DBS News World, I am Don Nicholas.
Officials in Guyana's Ministry of Health say active COVID-19 cases in the country are on the decline, while the number of people seeking to get vaccinated against the virus is increasing. Gordon Mosley of News Source Guyana reports.
There are now just over 1,000 active COVID-19 cases in the country, with less than 70 of those persons hospitalized. The latest figures released by the Ministry of Health reflect a sharp decline to what existed a month ago, when the country was dealing with about 9,000 active cases and a steady increase and spread of the virus. In the past month also, the Ministry of Health has seen an increase in the number of persons seeking first and second doses of the COVID-19 vaccines.
On average, we did 453 first doses per day. And in terms of second dose, we were doing about 588 second dose per day. Booster doses was close to 682 booster doses per day.
Over 62% of the country's adult population is now fully vaccinated, but there is still a large number of persons who are still to return for their second dose shots, and the Ministry of Health is encouraging persons to ensure they get the second dose.
There is a difference between first and second dose, and that's one of the areas that we'll have to work on, because people would remain partially vaccinated if they only got one dose. And therefore, we want to encourage persons who receive just one dose to make sure that they get the second.
Gladly we turn our attention now to Grenada, where the buzz in that country's politics surrounds the strategic release, as promised, of caretaker candidates representing the Western Corridor of constituencies for the opposition National Democratic Congress NDC. In an end of January radio discussion on Power 95's Ladies' Room with Arona Neptune, NDC's youthful and quite able leader, Deacon Mitchell, revealed that they will be announced in February. On Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. sharp, at a professionally choreographed media launch, the party's public relations officer Orlando Kijana Romain called the session to order, and in quick succession the candidates were revealed. Of course, no surprise was the leader himself, Deacon Mitchell, for the St. David constituency, Kerrine James for St. John, Claudette Joseph for the town of St. George, Quince Britton for St. Mark, Joseph Ander for St. Patrick West, Jonathan Lacrette for St. George Northwest, and Tevin Andrews for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. The leader gave the undertaking that the process for unveiling the caretaker candidates for the East will continue in due course, and quipped that the process has started with the announcement of his candidacy. The upcoming general election, whenever it is called, is billed as a very interesting one to follow, as the mood of the country favors change.
Conveniently located in the Grand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair granaries will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.